Now, I've seen a lot of people say that I look and sound like a Redditor, which is one of the most insulting things you can ever say about another human being. But what if I force-fed you a hard truth? What if I told you, I don't really use Reddit? My narwhal doesn't bacon at midnight. I'll occasionally go on there just to see if there's any breaking news that I might be unaware of, but it's very infrequent. And I never, go into the swamp of a comment section on the platform. Until today. I don't know what possessed me to do this. It must have been some kind of divine moment that just grabbed me by the shoulders and possessed me, told me that I needed to read some comments today, and I am so thankful I did. I stumbled upon true beauty with an argument that could only ever happen on Reddit, that perfectly encapsulates the quintessential Reddit user. In this moment, I am euphoric, thanks to finding this fucking angry Redditor and everyone who engaged with him on this day. It started in the most unsuspecting location, but then again, that's where all good fairy tales begin, in the place you least expect them. So, it was a clip posted from this podcast. Now, the clip doesn't matter. I'm not going to play the clip. I'm sure you probably already recognize the person here. Her name is Bobby. She runs a podcast where she interviews famous celebrities, and her whole shtick is she makes things awkward, which is a very hit or miss format, so it's led to a lot of debate on why is she so popular. Also, is she an industry plant because she seemingly blew up overnight? She landed an interview with Drake while she was still relatively new and not massive, so it just started raising a lot of red flags, and a lot of people started saying it must be an industry plant, and then she started getting even more superstar celebrities. Like, this clip is from an interview she did with Lil Yachty, and it's just been a lot of hoopla around her and her content. The only reason I'm even giving you this lore dump is because it is necessary to put into context what started this argument. And it's the entire reason I went into the comment section, really, of this video. You see, Bobby's content is very polarizing. On TikTok, people love Bobby. They're cheering her on, pumping their fist. Go Bobby! Let's get it! Fuck yeah! And then on Twitter, it's boo! Oh brother, she stinks, get out of town, scram, this is garbage. So two very different responses to her content on two different platforms, but I've never really seen Reddit's opinion on it. I've never seen them weigh in, and curiosity got the best of me. I marched into Mordor, went to the comments in order to get an answer to the question, and most of the comments were pretty negative towards the interview. But there was one comment that spawned a whole series of dominoes to fall. So let's begin our journey. I'm going to blank out their name here. I don't want anyone to go harass anyone involved in this situation. So this individual comes forth and says, "What grown man sits down and watches this bullshit, then have the nerves to repost this garbage to Reddit?" Now this comment received a lot of love, over 400 upvotes, which is nothing to scoff at. That's a lot of high quality karma. Unfortunately, no Reddit Gold, Reddit Platinum, or Reddit Silver was gifted to it, so we weren't blessed with the edit "thanks for the gold, stranger," or anything like that, but still, the community responded very positively to this comment, and most of the comment section here echoed the same sentiment that they didn't really understand the appeal of the clip. Now, all of this doesn't matter. You can wipe your ass with all of this now, because going forward, this comment spiraled into something that had nothing to do with the original post anymore, and it went fucking insano style. Now we're introduced to our primary antagonist of Season 1. So, from out of nowhere, our main character gets challenged. Someone steps in and says, "Lol, you're on the Hot Wheels sub, dude. Weird to take shots at what grown men should be into when your interests include Hot Wheels. Different people like different things. Leave it be." So he goes into the post history of this individual and notices that they are a frequent poster on the Hot Wheels subreddit, and he's using it to take some shots at him to try and showcase, like, hey man, you say grown men shouldn't be into that, but I could also say grown men shouldn't be into Hot Wheels. You see how that works? And he's not wrong. He's coming for the throat here. You could absolutely say the same thing. What grown men would be so into Hot Wheels that they'd go on to Reddit and talk about it all the time? I personally have no problem with that at all, and I don't think this poster does either. He's just using it to make a point. I think whatever hobby you're into, whatever you collect, I think it's great. I think that shit slaps. Having something that you're passionate about that you would collect it, I think is a cool thing. I mean, I have fucking cards framed on my wall from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, right? Like, I get it. But this really struck a nerve with this guy. He responded by saying, "Grown man liking cars? Who would have thought? I see you ignored all the other subs. Maybe I should waste my time on rap and movie subs like all the other low IQ Redditors across the pond." And if you're an astute observer, you'll notice that he's no longer enjoying the luxury of some updoots. The subreddit has turned against him, thrown him to the wolves. He is now being flooded with downvotes. And a downvote is a fate worse than death to a Redditor. It's kryptonite to Superman. The downvotes start hitting him, over 100 downvotes. And I can see why. This feels very insecure to come at him like this. Like, his point was pretty clear, but then he, tries to, I don't know, explain away why it's, really in line with being a grown-ass man because he likes cars. He's like, oh, well, yeah, grown men like cars, Hot Wheels are cars, duh. I mean, maybe I should just go to rap and movie subreddits like you low IQ plebeians. It's really, really cringy Reddit behavior now. The bad boy comes back with a tough-to-swallow pill. Hot Wheels aren't cars, mate. They're toys. Talk about low IQ, haha. You're not better than anybody else, sorry to tell you. To which he responds, the fact you had to come back and edit that pathetic response, LMAO. And then he just says, go play with your vroom vrooms. His collection of downvotes is starting to eclipse his collection of Hot Wheels cars at this point. They just keep pouring in. As you can see, most people are rallying behind the other guy who's just saying, brother, they're toys, not real cars. And he's right. He is fluent in facts. He is spittin'. They are not real cars. They are toys. There's nothing wrong with collecting them or liking them, but I don't understand why this goofball is talking about it as if they are real vehicles. He's like, got this bravado going on, like this machismo, like, oh yeah, grown men liking cars, who would have thought? It's Hot Wheels, man. They're still collectible toys that you can play with, and they are made for kids, but there's nothing wrong with liking them or collecting them as an adult. Fucking Pokemon cards are made for kids too. I collect them. There's no shame in it, but you're acting so insecure about it and pretending that it's something that it's not. And he does the classic Reddit 101 when it comes to argument, where he doesn't actually address what was said. He just says, LMAO, edited your pathetic response, big L, basically. His response wasn't pathetic, it was totally fine. You didn't counter it or anything at all. He just made you look foolish, and you continue to make yourself look like even more of a clown here. In response to the vroom vroom comment, he says, I'm changing spark plugs on my 700 horsepower F-150 right now. I will when I get done, though. And now, here enters the sidekick to our main supervillain here, who chimes in and says, you're trying too hard. To which this guy responds, actually, I'm low on boost. If I was trying too hard, I'd be at 950 horsepower range. It doesn't get more Redditor than that. Oh my fucking god. I could feel the fedora tip through the computer screen here. Milady, my horsepower is quite low, actually. It's just, shit, it hurts to read. It really does. The guy's absolutely right. He is trying so hard. I half expected him to go into the Navy SEALs copy pasta. What'd you say to me, you little bitch? I've got 500 confirmed Hot Wheels with 6,000 horsepower and 400 RPM turbo booster NOS accelerators. Brother, it's Reddit. You're not Dominic Toretto. You're talking about Hot Wheels. It's not that deep. Even if he was being honest and was changing the spark plugs in his F-150, why would you say that? It just makes you look like such a fucking loser to say that during your heated little scuffle online. It's so cringy. If that's what you were actually doing, keep it to yourself. You don't need to try and prove that you're a man to a stranger on Reddit. All hell breaks loose right now, and the cringe is rated E for everyone, because he starts just lashing out at anybody in the thread. So someone else made a comment, and he went through his post history, I believe, and found that he was on the WWE subreddit. So he calls him out saying, WWE isn't real, bro, sorry to tell you. Maybe you should pick up a real hobby like learning about cars. To which they respond, toys. A slam dunk, he's right. It's all fucking about Hot Wheels so far. So then he comes back and says, yes, I'm not delusional like you, Mr. SmackDown vs. Raw. That's not even an insult. The WWE is extraordinarily popular. Hot Wheels Henry is just really scrapping for any morsel, any crumb of an insult that he can, slap together. And it's not working. It's not. He's fighting like 16 different battles from all fronts here on this comment thread, and he's losing every single one of them. Our boy then goes full armchair psychologist. You actually are ashamed deep down. That's the whole reason you chimed in on my comment. You felt attacked when I said, what grown man watches this? It brought back traumatic memories of you being bullied for liking WWE in this day and age. And he's like, no, I commented just because of the toxicity. To which he says, I'd rather have a Hot Wheels collection in my garage next to my turbo truck than have Rey Mysterio and Triple H posters all over my wall. I don't know who's getting bullied for liking the WWE in this day and age. It's extraordinarily popular. Maybe like 10 years ago, but today, no shot. I think he's fighting ghosts with that one. You're much more likely to get bullied for collecting Hot Wheels cars as a grown-ass man. Case in point. Though, he's not actually getting bullied for that because no one really has a problem with what you collect as a hobby. The reason people are making fun of him here in the subreddit is because of his attitude, where he views his hobby as just superior to whatever else everyone's interested in. Oh, you see, no, I actually collect Hot Wheels cars, like a real grown, grizzled, strong, big-muscled man, not this lame garbage. Like, it just sounds like pinky up, high off your own fumes, sniffing your own farts kind of garbage where you view yourself as superior than others just because you think your interests are better. So you're just shitting on everyone else who called it out. Like, no one cares if you collect Hot Wheels cars in your garage and it's right next to your fucking Optimus Prime truck. Yeehaw. That's great. You're just being an asshole about it, which is why people are just making fun of you in the subreddit. His rampage continues, and this time he's pissing on sacred, hallowed ground. He insults RuneScape. He says, you drive a stock car and play RuneScape, I know you're drowning in pussy. He's saying it sarcastically. So he checked the comment history of this guy, saw that he played RuneScape, and he's using it to attack him. Which is a wild one. Like, yeah, RuneScape's got some, less than stellar things about it, but there's nothing wrong with RuneScape at all. It's still an extremely popular MMO that is well loved to this day. And the guy's like, I don't understand how a dude who plays with toy cars thinks he's above people on movie and rap subreddits and people who play RuneScape. We're all on the same site getting in our respective nerdy communities. What makes toy cars better than talking about media or playing a game? Which is fair. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And then he just goes, you don't understand because you can't even turn a wrench on your own car. Of course, a mechanic is going to be into Hot Wheels considering he works around cars all day. Do you need me to further break it down for you to understand? Oh, just that aura of insecure loser is very potent. It's like in Bleach when they first meet Kenpachi and his spiritual pressure is so strong that it just glues people to the ground, they can't even stand up. That's what his loser aura is doing to me right now. It's rough. Why do you feel the need to defend your hobby when no one's actually attacking that? They're attacking your behavior, where you think what you do is better than everyone else and can't understand that different people are going to like different things and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the only thing people are picking apart. That's what started this whole thing. You were saying, who watches this garbage? What grown man would do this? And one other guy was like, hey, you're a grown man who plays with Hot Wheels. You understand? Like, different people like different things. It could have been so easy to just meet in the middle, shake hands, and be like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, this wasn't for me. Just like Hot Wheels collecting, maybe not for you. But he just refuses to accept that reality. Instead, he's just going, no, you don't understand because you can't turn a wrench in your own car. He just keeps diving in on things other people like. Do you just really call RuneScape a fun multiplayer game? Responding to someone saying that it was a fun game, there's nothing wrong with it. You're not playing COD, dude. You're playing a game that's synonymous with virgin weirdos like yourself. Deaf embarrassing. He's just trying way too hard. I can feel the tears in his eyes as he types these comebacks. Now, up until this point, I had a big smile on my face reading these for the first time, but when I read his next response here, I let out an audible gasp. So the guy, once again, is still going in about RuneScape, like, it's just an MMO, whatever, you're being a judgmental prick, and can't handle it when people roast you back. So you start combing through comment histories, massive Redditor mindset. And his response is, I can definitely handle it, LMAO. I just shit on 10 different no-lifes, including you, that wanted to be relevant. There's multiple comments saying who watches this, but of course you want to reply to mine for the free clout and upvotes from the Fim girls. I don't even know what fantasy land this guy's in. He just went into Narnia, and he's not coming back, I guess. We've lost him for good in delusion. Farming the free clout from a Reddit comment section? What clout? And where did the Fim girls come from? And I don't understand. There's so many layers to this onion, I don't even know where to begin with picking it apart. So, first of all, he can't handle anyone roasting him back. He has showcased that very beautifully. He's had a full-blown conniption over this. He did not shit on 10 different people. He just made a fool of himself in response to 10 different people. And he says that they just wanted to be relevant. So I'm guessing this guy has a huge ego, and he thinks that he's some kind of Reddit power user, perhaps? Like, his karma speaks for itself, right? Like, this is a big guy. And you guys are only responding to him because they're trying to suckle some clout from his teats, his big, ample bosom of relevancy. It's wild. It's so wild to me. So I went to his account because I did a double take. Is this like a big Reddit user? No, he's not. Like, I don't know what like the highest upper echelon of Reddit karma farming is, like the biggest karma accounts, but his is not very high. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. But even if it was, if he's the #1 Reddit poster, there is no such thing as Reddit clout for commenters. That doesn't exist. Like, Reddit is the only social media platform where if you're extremely active, the #1 account on Reddit, it doesn't do dick for you. It does less than nothing for you. If you get Twitter famous, you can at least turn that into some kind of like sponsorship revenue or lead people to other platforms to maybe follow you. Now you can even make direct ad revenue from engagement, I guess. TikTok, obviously, you can make a whole career out of. Even Facebook, obviously, YouTube, Twitch, every other social media platform, if you are a power user of it and get like a big audience on there, you can make a whole career out of it. Reddit, if you dedicate your life to being a Reddit power user, all you do is get laughed at. That's your big reward. You get insulted for wasting your time. It is the only social media platform where you cannot make a career out of being a power user of it. So even if he was the #1 user on here, it wouldn't matter. And there's no clout that anyone would be able to get from this exchange. This was just one of the most bafflingly out of touch comments I think I've ever read on that platform. Now, another Redditor came in and said, no way you just said free clout when referring to Reddit comments, also stunned by the statement, and he double responds here saying, your plan worked, dude. You got all the femboys wanting to suck you off. And since we're on Reddit, I'll just go ahead and do it. You used the wrong form of your, actually. And then his next response is, y'all should become friends and play together. Y'all would fit in perfectly with the rest of the RuneScape community. I'm at a loss for words. This is kind of where the whole thing ends. And man, what a banger of an exchange it was. It's just such an adventure. All starting from someone mentioning his Hot Wheels hobby. And look at where we ended up, huh? Look at us now. Who would have thought? This is a wacky argument. Probably my favorite Reddit argument that I've got to actually find for myself. I got to come into this in the wild. I didn't get linked to this. No one told me about this. I just happened to be perusing the comment section and then saw this argument unfold. And I got to go on an unexpected journey with it. And I really just had to share it. I had to. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. This is the most hostile comment section on YouTube, and I feel like I can say with a high degree of certainty that this is the longest argument ever in a YouTube comment section, lasting an entire year and spanning roughly 500 some replies. Now, with this kind of anger, you would expect the video to be some kind of politically charged video, or maybe somebody said anime should be illegal or that lollies are a crime, something that really puts a hate boner where someone's flaccid cock once was. But what if I told you that the video that all of this is taking place on, the most aggressive comment thread on YouTube, was actually on a Paper Mario song? I'm going to take you on a journey through this war zone here. We're not going to read every reply just because there is so many. This thing's longer than the fucking Bible, honestly. But we're going to go through the big parts, the big moments here in the manga, make sure we get the gist of what's going on, because this may be one of the greatest stories ever told. It's got it all. It's got a little something for everyone. A story of betrayal, violence, love, terrorism, action, drama, mystery, and most of all, Mario. Chapter 1, The Catalyst. This is where it all begins. This is ground zero. Lunar1314 leaves a comment saying, I don't care if I get hate because of this opinion, but this is my favorite Paper Mario final boss song. A bold and brave hot take. Someone didn't tell Lunar that opinions are illegal on the internet. It's not the most controversial thing to say, it's simply a matter of liking a song. But this is the internet, and you can't like something that somebody else doesn't like. A lesson our boy Lunar here is about to learn the hard way. Enter the villain, Oromaru 1837. Because you're like 9, haven't even played the other games, I guarantee you. And now, just like the Powerpuff Girls when the hotline rings, our hero rolls in. Dave Matthew. These are our primary characters. Of course, we get introduced to other important side characters throughout the season here. The lore gets very deep, trust me. But this is basically the Batman and the Joker, Dave and Oromaru. Dave sweeps in defense of Lunar. How about we agree that you are a jerk? Everyone can have their own opinion, and that is the internet, so no one cares about your opinion to begin with. Also, instead of throwing insults at me, why don't you try to get me to see things from your perspective? It would be a lot more time efficient and, unlike insults, actually accomplishes something in the long run. Or you can continue to assume that I am a mere child that does not know of the 5 other Paper Mario games, or was it 4? Or has even played them, both opinions being completely wrong. But as I said, it's the internet. We can go in circles all day and night and neither of us would get anywhere. So let's not, okay? Dave trying to get out ahead here and squash the beef, giving a fair warning to Oromaru that you do not want to fuck with Dave, but spoiler alert, Oromaru pokes the sleeping bear. You never gave your side, dumb fuck. All you did was come on here talking about some damn opinions or some shit. Pretty clear you didn't intend to accomplish anything. Also, you haven't played any other game, have you? It's not hard to know how many Paper Mario games there are, kid. 64, Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario, this garbage, and Color Splash, which was actually not bad, but was too weird gameplay-wise to be called a Paper Mario game. And it's this comment right here that makes a good boy go bad. You do not question Dave Matthews' understanding of the Paper Mario franchise, and you do not do it on a public forum like this, and be an asshole about it. The opinion haver that started all of this comes back in here, kicks open the doors to the Church of Paper Mario with tears in his eyes like he just watched his parents having a fight, saying, all I said was, this is my favorite final boss song in the Paper Mario series, but it turned into a huge fight and I don't understand that. And then Oromaru hits him with a hard dose of reality. You said you don't care if you get hate, so obviously you do understand, dumb fuck. Unfortunately, Lunar just doesn't understand that his initial comment was like the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, and now he's started a massive war. And in war, Lunar, there's casualties. I know you can say whatever you want, but please, can you please calm down and make a nice comment to people? Like I said, please not say about 1,000 cuss words with this reply, please. It's not hurting you to read a quick fuck. Look, I'm understanding everything you're saying. I'm just here to calm you down. Not everything in the world is solved by anger. Jedi Brooklyn Green comes in here and tries to reason with Sith Lord Oromaru here about how anger's not the key, but it's all for nothing because Oromaru has already been consumed by his anger. Like I said, I am cutting out a couple things here because there is so much of it, it'd be like a 10-hour video if I read the entire chain. Basically, in a nutshell, Dave was saying this is pointless, it's an internet argument, let's just drop this. And he concludes his monologue with, well, since we both agree that this whole thing is pointless, let us just agree to disagree and be on our way then. Oromaru, cool, so fuck off. Peace was never an option. Nah, seeing your pointless insults because you can't come up with an actual comeback to my remarks is rather funny to me. Heh, I thrive off your pointless rage. Thought it was done. Why you still here, idiot? As I said, I thrive off your rage and anger. You want me to stop? Stop being angry. Easy. Dave Matthews is slowly accumulating power like a spirit bomb fueled by Oromaru's rage. He is laughing in the face of Oromaru's anger. Not angry, dumb fuck. Piss off. See? Angry. Not angry, dumb fuck. Piss off. I see that you're running out of comebacks. I can give you a few if you need them. Dave, of course, being one of the world's leading comeback dealers. Not stressful, you're just annoying, lol. And there's plenty of music better than this shit, even from Color Splash. Uh-huh. Why don't you go back to your 1,000-year-old game and super overrated Paper Mario game? Your screen, oh boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest viol— Oh wait, I broke it. If this was done, why did you reply? Metal Mario coming in here just spitting straight venom in the face of Aramaru here, lighting him on fire with the world's smallest violin comment. Nice try, dumb fuck, but I haven't even played any Paper Mario games except Color Splash. Now fuck off with your shitty excuses for jokes. People have better shit to read. When I initially made it to this chapter the first time and got blindsided by this plot twist, I fucking recoiled into my chair, threw my arms in the air. I was just so absolutely shocked. I felt like I was witnessing history, like I Am Your Father level twists here. This is subverting expectations done extremely well. Not Game of Thrones Season 8 bullshit. This is how you surprise a reader with a narrative plot twist. Who could have seen this coming? If you remember back to the genesis of this whole mess, it started with Aramaru melting down and breaking shit in his room over the fact that somebody liked a Paper Mario song he didn't like, and then accuses them of not having played any of the other Paper Mario games, and then only a short 100 replies later, he himself admits he's only ever played one Paper Mario game, and it's not even this one. It's so fucking remarkable. What an incredible twist. That is character development right there. Now we're getting a little bit of the origin story of Aramaru here, which only makes him even more mysterious. Well, I see my sympathy was misplaced. You seriously judge a game on what other people say about it? You sure have missed many a good game. Also, shame on you. Don't give out criticism if you don't actually have the knowledge to back it up. It's just stupid to say something's wrong and then give no evidence at all to support your theory. And that's researching 101. This guy Reddits. Also, it appears that you really do only know how to spit out insults. I'm gonna have fun with this. Hello again, my old friend. I see you're here to argue once again. Too bad this will end with you weeping, because your argument is less than the dust I'm sweeping. But you will not give up yet, because you don't realize that it's the internet. The internet. So you might as well be voiceless, as all arguments here are practically worthless. Dave Matthews goes full Robert Frost here with this personalized slam poem to Aramaru. I get that it's supposed to be a Sound of Silence parody, and it's executed wonderfully. A special song poem about the argument you still persist on despite the flaws in your argument. P.S. You still haven't told me what your favorite song in the series is. Did I ask? No, bitch, I didn't. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up. I didn't even read what you said because I just know it's dumb as shit, lol. Come on, man, he took the time to write an entire parody song for you. The least you could do is read the lyrics. For about 4 days, there was peace in the comment section where people were going over things they liked and didn't like about the game, and then Aramaru comes in full fury here, pitchfork in hand, ready to slap shit around. He reignites the argument by saying, "Obviously do if yo pussy ass won't just leave the conversation." Dave says, "Ha ha ha, now I remember why I stick around. I'd love to see what kind of pathetic retort and comeback you are going to make at me that I can easily tear apart. Really, it is rather satisfying to see what you come up with." Once again, there was a truce called in the comment section for about a week, and then Aramaru came back, and Dave immediately noticed. He's like the NORAD defense system, able to hone in on Aramaru's presence and then attack. "Oh, hello there. Ready for round 2, my little whiny failure? Round and round the argument goes, when will it stop no one knows. That meme has been dead, fucking idiot. I'm ready for you to piss off, you worthless fuck. I did not drag your pride through the mud and make you look like a brainless, arrogant maggot. You did. You destroyed your own argument. You ignored the statements that made you look like a fool. You chose to spit out nothing but insults. Your fault. Your stupidity. Deal with it. Or stick around and continue to look like a moron. It's entertaining. And besides, we win either way. And you lose either way." Dave hits him with some kind of superhero monologue right before he throws the bad guy in jail. And Aramaru says, "Don't care to read your arguments, lol. As a matter of fact, I only read the first reply, lol. Quit wasting my time and fuck off." "Then you are nothing but a bottom-barrel fool who will have no success in life. As I said, you don't bother to defend yourself at all. That makes you an idiot." Also, why should I? You have no power here and you never will. The fact that you think you do just displays your idiocy for everyone. Besides, I already gave you the requirements for my departure. Or are you incapable of reading as well, my little maggot? Everything Dave has been saying thus far sounds like the Rick and Morty copy pasta from Reddit. I mean, I think Dave is in the right here because Aramaru's a huge fucking asshole, but man, he's really going about all of it in a terrible way. A month goes by. Is he finally gone? Yeah, he is gone. Is he gone if your dumbass would just quit replying? I didn't even read shit you said. I told you that I would only leave if you either apologized for being rude, or if you went 10 comments without swearing. You're not good at remembering things, are you, my little maggot? Hello, little maggot. Just letting you know that I am still in this comment chain, just in case you thought you were rid of me or that you actually won this argument. Okay, bye now. This was after a month of him not replying, so Dave just really wants to continue this, and nothing makes me more uncomfortable than reading Dave keep calling someone my little maggot. Like, this must be how it feels for some girls when they hear the word moist. Every time I read him saying my little maggot, I just get like tingly and uncomfortable and break out into like a little profuse sweat. It's just yucky. I feel like I'm reading some old woman's fanfic where she's describing some weird sexual intercourse she had at a biker bar or something, and it's just making me uncomfortable. I don't know why he keeps calling this guy my little maggot. I don't give a fuck where you are, dumb bitch. Just like no one cares about you, my little maggot. This will be the last time you see Dave with this kind of confidence because he's about to meet the actual muscle here. Mr. Hater. If Aramaru was a supervillain, then Mr. Hater is a fucking turbo villain. He's a galactic villain, a universal threat, a divine being of villainy. I don't even know what to call him, a fucking raid boss of villainy. Because he comes in here and just starts slapping shit around. He's a big asshole as well, of course. But he brings Dave to his knees here. This is like when you're reading a comic book and the hero's in trouble. So Mr. Hater comes in here with a full chub, full erection, red alert. He calls out Dave in front of the entire classroom. I see you have a superiority complex and are very self-centered. How very hypocritical. You're no better than him. Guess I gotta clean house and deal with little keyboard warriors like you myself. That is honestly like some Marvel's Thanos shit right there. Dave is still riding the high after he seemingly defeated Aramaru, so he replies to Mr. Hater with a large amount of confidence and a bit of arrogance, saying, Heh, you poor naive fool. When did I ever claim that I was better than little maggot? That I'm better than you? Oh, to live in your little fantasy. Can you not see what I am doing? Or are you just as blind as he is? Of course, I can tell you're cut from the same cloth as my little maggot, so I'll humor your attempts at insulting me and everyone else present. Let's see how long you last. Dave's still under the impression that he's the king of this Thunderdome, but what he hasn't realized yet is Mr. Hater's not locked in here with Dave. Dave is locked in here with Mr. Hater. Oh, I know your intentions very well, and I intend to stop it. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? Just look at your comment, you poor naive fool, to live in your little fantasy? These are things that a narcissistic, self-centered man-child would say. How am I or anyone with half a brain cell supposed to take you seriously? There's a reason the other guy left. You won't last long, Dave. You won't last long because underneath all that bravado, you're just a sad little boy with delusions of grandeur, who, by the way, can't talk for shit. So here's a piece of friendly advice. Turn away now and stop wasting Aramaru's time, because if you don't, by the time this is over, you'll be my little maggot. No response. Guess I must have hit one of your soft spots, Winky. So you actually have some bite, do you? Good. Let's see what you've got. I will compliment you on your use of insults, as well as how you get straight to the point. Dave is immediately showing that Mr. Hater has hurt him. You can't do that, Dave. You can never show weakness to a man like Mr. Hater. He can smell blood in the water. He can smell cum in a bathtub. He will pounce, and you can't let him find any amount of scrapes on your armor. Dave, he showed a weakness, and Mr. Hater exploited it, unfortunately. Heh, of course you didn't realize. I wasn't talking about Lunar. I was talking about you and me. We don't care what others think of our opinion. We just say whether we agree or disagree with someone's opinion. In that way, we are alike, you and I. Don't you agree? I love this exchange here. This is like the season finale here when the two characters are monologuing at each other before they start beating each other with like a stick or something. Ah, I see you're trying to get on my good side. As you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. How about this, Dave? Write a full paragraph apologizing to Aramaru, and I might consider agreeing with you. And by the way, it has to be real nice, so no calling him my little maggot. Otherwise, I might just start calling you that myself. That would require me to have a single shred of respect towards little maggot. And in case you did not read the whole conversation, I did apologize to him. He threw it back in my face and used it to insult me without responding to it whatsoever. You, on the other hand, are actually participating in a discussion, while my little maggot only responds with the same insults like he's a broken fax machine. You, I respect, little wasp. I forgot to click read more for the screenshot, but it said, I do not respect little maggot. So now Dave, for some reason, is calling Mr. Hater Little Wasp. I don't understand where he's getting this from. Maybe like from old 60s movies or something where it was cool. And then he references a fax machine which hasn't been in use for the last 30 years. So I just don't know what's really going on here. Maybe Dave is caught in a time vortex and he's communicating with us from the past. And he's only able to communicate through the comment section of Paper Mario Final Boss Song. But yeah, just really fucking love this part here. This feels like the climax of the entire argument. Dave going with the whole, we're not so different, you and I. We're one of the same. It's like some shit you'd see in Naruto Sasuke right before their final fight. It's fucking wonderful. You make a fair point. I shall apologize to him, but do not expect a paragraph. You make sound arguments, Mr. Wasp. I'm not one to call someone by childish names, but you are very hypocritical after all, so I expect nothing less. Anyway, do go ahead. Where's the apology? I don't see it. Mr. Hater's trying to rush this. It hasn't even been a full day at this point. Mr. Hater, he wants that apology ASAP. So now you can see Mr. Hater has assumed control of this entire argument. The entire tone has shifted here, and now Dave is at the mercy of Mr. Hater, and he wants his homework. Do not rush me. It's been 2 days now, so no excuses. You aren't going to apologize, are you? I figured as much. If you wish to continue arguing, then be my guest, kid. Dave is starting to panic a little bit. He doesn't want to write this apology because he does not respect Aramaru, but he is afraid of Mr. Hater, so he's caught in between a rock and a hard place here, and he's treading water in the comment section. 1, I have a life at the moment. 2, you need a little bit of patience. 1 word. College. You don't go to college, David. And you clearly set your expectations of me far too low. A shame, really. I thought you would be smart enough to not do what little maggot did. Stop lying to yourself, David. How about you tell me what's actually going on? College, as I said before. Do you not listen, or are you refusing to believe that I have a life outside of this? Now, if you excuse me, I have a music class to attend. I really don't understand why Dave even feels compelled to keep answering at this point. He doesn't want to write the apology. He shouldn't write an apology, honestly. He just doesn't have to reply to Mr. Hater. He can just wash his hands of this whole thing and still come out as the victor. But for some reason, he keeps engaging with Mr. Hater in here, and Mr. Hater's pressure is somehow like leaking into Dave's real world, it seems, because it feels like he's stressing about this apology, which he shouldn't write in the first place. Mr. Hater goes in on Dave, starts poking holes into his claims about college because 4 months ago it was still coronavirus shutdown, so classes weren't going on, so Dave feels the need to defend himself again. And then he kind of just explains he just doesn't want to fucking apologize, which he shouldn't. I'm glad he doesn't. Dave says, 1, truthfully, I don't want to apologize to Armu because I know for a fact it would not be genuine, and no matter how much I hate a person, I'm not going to insult them by giving them a mocking, half-assed apology. And 2, online classes are a thing that exists, and I'm not doing just a music class. Who is the antagonistic one here? Because it definitely isn't me. You poor, pathetic whelp, barking and baying like anything you say will ever matter. No, your words don't hurt me because they are artificial, fake, designed, and spoken for the sole purpose of inflicting pain without putting actual feeling behind it. Ha 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 ha. No, your words are hollow and do not deserve the electrons my brain cells would have to burn to process them, just like you. You're not special, you're not unique, you're not important, and you never will be, not now, not ever. So go ahead whelping, keep making a fool of yourself. I'll just watch the show, laughing all the while. And in your ivory tower of hypocrisy, did you ever once realize I never denied what you have been saying? You are a parasite, Mr. Hater. something that must tear everyone down to justify their worthless existence. Perhaps I am one too, but that's where our similarities end. You lash out at anyone you see as below you. I lash out at people who do what you and Armu did. Insult and tear into someone because they dared to have an opinion you did not agree with, or lash out at people who defend themselves from other people like you. I never said I was better, but does it really matter in the end? At the end of the day, one of us looks like the bad guy to everyone else, and since I haven't been antagonizing everyone participating in this, it most definitely not me who's the bad guy. Try to say I'm wrong here. You're not wrong, Dave. Not at all. And people like Aramaru and Mr. Hater, yeah, they suck a lot of fat ass. It's sad that someone cares this much about someone's opinion on something that doesn't matter. 100%. Agree with you entirely there, Dave. But the way you're handling all this and then putting this huge, presidential speech here is not good either. This is the wrong way of handling any of this. And there's really just no point in arguing in a YouTube comment section to begin with. There are no winners here. Mr. Hater breaks down his response line by line. You lash out at anyone you see as below you. Dave, don't be ridiculous. I'm not as narcissistic as you, or at all for that matter. I lash out at anyone who do what you and Armu did. A mistake you will regret, as you have started all of this, and I aim to end it. The two go back and forth about the apology that Dave doesn't want to write. Mr. Hater just keeps picking apart each line of everything he says. My words are said solely to get you to leave. That's never going to happen, Dave. I've grown very persistent over the years, and trust me, persistence pays, and I will stay here for months if I had to. Will you? Yeah, big guy, I'm sure your persistence pays, living in a fucking comment chain for months. How productive and incredible. There are just some people who live their life to argue online, and it's sad as shit. This guy is the perfect example, willingly saying, I will stay in this fucking thread for months because I have nothing else going on in my life. That is pathetic. That's fucking sad, Mr. Hater. Apology seems unlikely. Then you will perish here eventually with me, as it's either you apologize to Aramaru now and we'll be on our way, or we're going to be staying here for a long, long time. So, with that being said, let's just start all over on a positive note. We aren't going to start all over on a more positive note until you start apologizing, Dave. Are you going to apologize for your own hostility? Short answer, no. Unlike you, I did nothing wrong, Dave. So it's either you apologize to Aramaru and behave, or you slowly perish with me for months. Either way, I consider it a win-win. And this is where the story stops. I mean, it goes on a little bit further, but nothing is more pathetic than this mic drop from Mr. Hater. These are the people you argue with online, people that have actually nothing better to do. He considers it a win-win if someone is perishing, wasting their time in a comment section with him. That's so fucking sad. He considers it successful if he wastes somebody else's time and wastes his own time because he's already miserable in the first place. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. 3 months after all of this went down, as the dust was starting to settle, Mr. Hater and Dave just stopped communicating with each other, and there was just momentary bliss as everyone read through the thread. And then Yoshi comments, tagging Aramaru, and Aramaru's been tagged this entire time. Yoshi just points out it's been 10 months, but 64 really good, kind of basic, 1,000 Year Door, bop, and all this. Just kind of breaks down his opinion of the music. And then Aramaru, from out of fucking nowhere, comes out of retirement to deliver one of the most powerful conclusions to any story ever given. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, this song is still shit. What a beautiful way of wrapping all of this up. But yeah, anyway, the last interaction between our main characters was 4 months ago. From what I checked today, there wasn't any new developments that I noticed. A few more people have been made aware of this because it was posted on Twitter, that's how I found it. And this has just been truly a joy, delightful to read through. So just keep all this in mind next time you think you're confident enough to leave an opinion on a Paper Mario song. That's about it. So yeah. YouTube comments have become synonymous with degeneracy. YouTube comments are like piles of dog shit you encounter on the sidewalk during like a Sunday afternoon stroll, but it's not like random piles of dog shit like accidental. This is like deliberate dog shit placed on the sidewalk just for you to feel worse about, like someone doing fucking snow angels in the dog shit or hand painting it on the sidewalk just to make your walk a little worse. That's what YouTube comments have become, and it's never really been a problem because every big platform has that issue. It's a people problem. Twitter has it like a motherfucker, Reddit, Facebook, all of the big social platforms have the same exact issue, But now there's one guy who made a video about pedophiles commenting on videos of children on YouTube, and he had everyone go to the advertisers to report it to them, so that way all the advertisers would pull out, which has happened. Adpocalypse 2 is upon us, so that's going on at the moment. And now YouTube's solution to get the advertisers back on to make them feel safe is they're starting to disable comments on a channel-wide basis. The first channel this happened to that I've seen is Will. He can no longer post any or have videos with any comments enabled on them. It's out of his control. YouTube has disabled it for him. The picture he posted on Twitter makes it very clear that this seems to be the direction they're going. And I don't blame YouTube at all. YouTube has genuinely no options here. There's nothing they can fucking do except remove comments on a platform-wide basis. You can't have like a department of super sleuths going through every single comment on every single video on the platform, line by line. Oh, what the fuck is this? That stanza 3 is a little inappropriate. Blast that shit out of here. Advertisers won't like that one. It's impossible. It's too much. So logically, the only thing they can do is just get rid of comments, which it looks like they're doing. And it's not like they can have like a system or an algorithm in place to like monitor and police every single comment, because that just can't fucking be done. Skynet 2,000 years from now probably couldn't come up with a system as complex as that to detect what are bad and creepy comments and immediately get rid of them. It just can't be done. And YouTube can't even make a simple functioning copyright system. It's just so fucking primitive when it comes to these algorithms that there's no feasible way they could come up with something to automatically get rid of creeps on the platform. Can't be done. Their fucking copyright system is so goddamn archaic. If I hum the Halo theme song right now, I could get claimed by Katy Perry for stepping on her copyright toes. It's super, super shitty. So there's no way they could do that, and you obviously can't hire a team to do that because it's too much work for real people. So the comments have to go. Which is super fucked up, but there's really no other option for them. I don't defend YouTube, you guys know that. I'm the first to drop trousers and take a steamy fat fart right on the face of YouTube's decisions they've been making over the years, because they're just bad decisions and bad ideas they've been implementing. But in this case, it's out of their hands. There was no other choice. There's literally nothing else they could do in this situation except just get rid of comments, because advertisers pulling out for this doesn't stop people from commenting horrible shit on videos. Those two aren't related at all. A bad person isn't going to just stop posting some creepy shit on a video just because Disney isn't advertising on the platform anymore. And they're not going to be like, oh man, well, Disney's not on YouTube anymore. I guess I really shouldn't comment this. That's not going to stop them. All that hurts is everyone that uses the platform normally. So the only thing YouTube can do to make sure that people can still use the platform to have a living off of is get rid of comments. That way advertisers feel safer that there's not some creepy guy being openly creepy in the comment section. So I don't blame YouTube. And I'm really surprised that it's YouTube even taking the fall here first, because Twitter has a massive fucking problem in this department. I've seen trending hashtags for pedophile communities being super open about being pedophiles. Fucking hashtag pedophile appreciation day, hashtag high five a pedophile, creepy shit like that. And it's not an issue on Twitter apparently, despite it being super on display a lot. Some absolutely disgusting, deplorable shit on Twitter, so I'm sure their shitstorm's right around the corner. But in YouTube's case, it wasn't just the creepy comments. They also had a really fucked up algorithm that just kept recommending more and more creepy shit, like some over-eager salesman at a flea market trying to get your attention just with more and more creepy shit. So hopefully they fix that. But in terms of the comment section, I don't like that they're getting rid of it, but they just didn't have a choice, as I've said a couple times now. I just feel like a lot of people are blaming YouTube now for this step when I really just don't think it's their fault. Think about it this way. Let's say there was a huge movement to boycott Gillette razors, a hashtag wake up Gillette, because it turns out a pedophile used their razors one time. Well, now no one wants to touch Gillette, no one wants to work with Gillette because now their razor had a pedophile use it. So no one's going to fucking use it. They're being boycotted. How the fuck do they ensure that no pedophiles use their razor? You can't just have like a box that you check before purchasing a Gillette razor that says, oh, I'm not a pedophile. That wouldn't work. So what do? The only way you can ensure that no bad people use your product is to just take it off the shelves. So Gillette would have to remove all their razors to make sure no pedophiles ever use the razor. That's what YouTube's doing with the comment section to make sure no bad people use the comment section. It's really just not their fucking fault, and it sucks. It's just impossible to police every single comment and every single user on the site. Even if you flagged every single account, they could just make another one and keep posting creepy shit. I wanted to just make this to let you all know why the comments will likely be disabled on my videos, because it's out of my hands. It seems like this is the route they're going, and I'm sure my account will be hit by it as well. It wasn't me that turned off comments. I wanted to keep reading your screeching comments about my hair being too long and how it needs to be cut. I also really wanted to keep diving deeper into, haha, this guy's embarrassingly short at 5'6". Those were some quality fucking top-notch comments, and I wanted to keep reading that top-shelf comedy. It wasn't me that turned it off, is the point I'm making. And sarcasm aside, I think the comment section on any platform is extremely valuable. I think it's a very important component to have in anything, to have feedback, to be able to read what other people are saying about it. And even more importantly, it puts Justin Y out of a job. That man has spent 24 hours a day over the last fucking 2 years commenting on every single video on the site. It's incredible. And now that man's, what the fuck is he gonna do? Justin, I'm sorry, man. I hope this doesn't go through. I wish you Godspeed. But again, not me that's going to be turning off the comments if it happens to me, and I'm sure it will. Just wanted to let you all know. And that's rest in peace, YouTube comment section. You had a good run. Take it easy, everyone. See ya. No one, not even Nostradamus, could have predicted the 2018 season of YouTube drama unfolding the way it has. The Logan Paul drama has transcended just YouTube drama and become actual news, actual drama, which is incredibly surprising. There's petitions being signed by hundreds of thousands of people to get Logan Paul kicked off YouTube. Let me just tell you right now, that's not gonna fucking happen. He makes YouTube far too much money. Your signature on the petition is about as effective as signing your name on some used toilet paper and mailing it to YouTube. It doesn't mean shit. Petitions don't do anything, but I do respect the sentiment, and everyone's saying how this whole thing's gonna end Logan Paul's career. Well, I'll argue the contrary, because he's been gaining more subscribers and views now than he has in a very long time, so he's not exactly suffering. But you know who is suffering? The booger-eating children that are vehemently defending their god Logan Paul in the comments section from all of the evil adults that are shitting on him. And these poor heroes are suffering from carpal tunnel and muscle strain and puberty as they fight in the comments for their hero. So let's go ahead, and that's what I wanted to do today, and go through my favorite Low Gang Knights comments on my Logan Paul video I made recently, because reading these comments from these brainwashed cult fart huffers has been fucking amazing and has given me a real hoot. So let's go over the best ones. Well, I had a ton of pictures of my favorite comments from the prepubescent zombie Low Gang members that were defending him, but unfortunately, they're not here anymore. So instead, we'll just go over my favorite comments from the last day. You shouldn't criticize Logan. How would you react to a dead body? And you should take down your YouTube channel. Your voice sounds like a dead whale trying to speak. P.S. Logan's hair is beautiful and Logan rules. Fuck you. Well, Megan, how would I react to a dead body? Well, I think I'd react in the same way as any sane person. I wouldn't laugh at it. I wouldn't bring out my camera and start filming it and zooming in on it from all types of different angles like some type of fucking Bollywood action movie. I think what I would do is I'd contact the authorities like any person should do in that situation. I'd then go home and feel absolutely awful for what had happened that day. How would you react to a dead body, Megan? Would you do what Logan Paul did and start filming it and then do everything shy of putting the dead body into a dabbing pose? You're heartless. Well, Nikki, I'm sorry to say that's the wrong form of "you're", so I can't take you seriously anymore. However, I do understand what you were trying to say through your horrible grammar. I know they don't teach you that till 4th grade. But even still, I can't let that slide. Also, I like how it's now heartless to criticize the man laughing at a dead body and making light of the situation. That is truly the crime here. He's not a douchebag, so stop making jokes, you headless chicken. Which glass. So you can shut up, dickhead, and you're the horse crap. On the surface, J. Corn Thomas's argument here seems watertight, bulletproof. I mean, there's really nothing I can say here. He fucking nailed me. And he's put it in the most elegant way possible. However, I have to point out, that's the wrong form of "you're" again. Unbelievable. You knew Logan Paul fans were dumb. You knew Logang was fucking stupid, but did you know they were this stupid? I don't think so. Use the correct form of "you're" next time, kids. Also, this comment makes me feel old because I don't know what the fuck "which glass" means. Sounds like some type of old ancient incantation for some type of spell, or maybe Naruto hand signals when you're throwing up ninjutsu signs. Fuck you, the man that's speaking. I hate you. Alright, let's calm down here, Yoda. I think you're acting like a bit of a douchebag in this comment. Logan Paul uses jokes to cope with bad stuff. Fuck you. King Super Destroyer 123. What a fucking name. That's a name that'll strike fear into everyone on the playground. I can already see it going down now, John Wick style. Whose juice box is that, Cody? Whose juice box did you take? Well, it's King Super Destroyer 123's. Jesus Christ, Cody. It's game over. But anyway, they're saying something here that I've seen all the little champions defending Logan Paul saying. It's how he copes with things by making horrible, not clever jokes at the situation. That doesn't really make it okay. That's not a respectful way of coping with things. He should try and learn a new way of going about things. I understand everyone reacts to things different ways, but I think on camera you can be a little bit more respectful and cope with things that way off camera because it portrays the whole situation horribly. You know, what if Logan Paul's way of dealing with situations that were stressful was by jerking off a fat nut? If in this same video he started jerking himself off and coming onto the dead body, but it was just his way of coping with things, would that make it okay? I don't think so. So why should him making jokes at the fucking poor man's expense be acceptable just because it's Logan's way of coping with it? It's fucking silly. It's a horrible excuse, horrible defense. Oh, and by the way, you're a fucking touch noodle. He's more runner and more awesome than you dick. I clicked on this video to see how you're gonna prove this bullshit, you dumbass clickbait asshole. Well, Chloe, you shitty grammar Neanderthal, you used the wrong form of your twice, outshining your peers. It's amazing. Cannot a single low ganger use the correct form of your, even just by accident one time? God, it's fucking sad. But anyway, I don't know what a touch noodle is. I also don't know why she thinks Logan Paul is a better runner than I am. I think I can probably outrun Logan Paul. In fact, I'm challenging Logan Paul to a race right now. If you don't take me up on it, Logan Paul, you're a fucking pussy. I will outrun this shit out of you. And not only do I think your grammar is objectively shitty and the spelling mistakes make this damn near incomprehensible, I also think you are just dumb by not understanding what half the words you say mean, because the video is not clickbait. The title is Logan Paul laughing at a dead body. If you click on that video, you will see Logan Paul laughing at a dead body. No clickbait there. Hey, you can suck my fucking dick. Fuck you. I will beat the shit out of you. Douchebag McGee. Well, now I have to sleep with one eye open because Justin said boss track sass, whatever the fuck that name is coming for me. Yikes. You heartless stupid piece of crap on the street, Logan Paul. How hypercritical can you be? Well, shit. I initially thought this was about me, but reading it back, I think he might be talking to Logan Paul. I don't know why people are trying to have a conversation with Logan Paul in the comments of my video here, but when I first saw this, I thought he was talking about me, but now upon reading it out loud, I'm not too sure. It's really impossible to tell what half of the Logang people are trying to say in the comments, because they're all damn near illiterate, but anyway, I like hypercritical here. I thought that word was great. Now I decided to save the only one that actually had thought put into it for last, so let's read Gavin's here. Dude, STFU, IDKYPPL wanna bring him down. Can you guys just leave him alone and forgive him? And I promise you that he will never ever do that again. I guess this is his mother speaking. He's talking about Logan like he's a dog. I will promise you that Ruffles will never shit on the floor again. This is absolutely kissed me the fuck off. Please stop kissing Gavin off. Can you guys just lecture him and get over it? He won't do it again. If you tell him what he did wrong in the right way, not just fucking call him stupid ass names and hate on him. I'm just saying that if you are going to try and make him realize what he did wrong, then do it in a non-bitch ass way. BCS saying shot about him ain't gonna do anything but make him angry and sad. Maybe if all this hate gets to him and he will kill himself, BCS of depression, ever fucking think of that dumbass bitch? Well, Gavin, can't say I did think of that, because a person like Logan Paul, he will never ever feel anything. He's a sociopath, Gavin, I'm sorry to tell you. But please stop talking about Logan like he's some type of animal you own. You don't know him. You're not his best friend. To Logan, you are just a number on his view count. So anyway, I wanted to show a lot more and a lot better comments that I had been saving images of over the last couple of days, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't have them anymore. So I thought just over the last 24 hours would still be fun. So yeah, that's it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I love laughably bad modern journalism. Right now my go-to golden goose is Polygon. It's just a fucking cornucopia of entertainingly abysmal articles. Christmas came early many years ago and Christmas never left. This is the gift that keeps on giving. It's like the fucking Allspark, just giving life to new awful articles, and I love it. But today out of nowhere, the delightful children from down the lane published a real prostate tickling article on CNN called Why Kids Love Fascist Cartoons Like Paw Patrol and Thomas the Tank Engine. and man is this one hell of a read. This article really sums up 2017 nicely. This is pretty much what American culture has devolved into. Everything's fascist, everything is Nazi, everything is bad, everyone is evil, and here's why. This article is the perfect representation of what 2017 was all about. Let's dive right the fuck in. And I'm not going to read this whole thing to you verbatim like it's a fucking bedtime story. I'm sure all of you out there have at least a 3rd grade reading level and can understand author Alyssa Strauss's writing here. It's not very complex, it's not Shakespearean, it's not even good writing. It's a shitty fucking article and I'm sure you can read it just fine. So let's go ahead and start. The first thing she talks about here is, all parents want their children to be part of this utopia where unicorns are pissing out rainbows and the rainbows are shitting out flowers and the flowers are getting bukkakied by butterflies. Perfect world, nothing ever goes wrong, no one gets hurt, there's no boo-boos. But unfortunately our kids are just born evil and perverted by popular culture, and one of the biggest culprits is the cartoons. And then she goes on to say 2 of the most divisive shows are Thomas the Tank Engine and Paw Patrol. Since when? She says this with such confidence that it's common knowledge that parents are afraid of Thomas the Tank Engine and Paw Patrol like it's some type of modern-day boogeyman. Oh, if you catch your kid watching Paw Patrol or Thomas the Tank Engine, it's already too late. You might as well just put the child down. They've already become Hitler. And then she tries to poke a hole in your condom and give you this baby of false knowledge that she's not the only insane person that thinks these shows are divisive. She says prestigious publications have essays on it in social media and it's getting eviscerated by grown-ups on discussion boards. None of those are reliable. The prestigious publication essay she's talking about comes from fucking BuzzFeed. It's not like BuzzFeed is the holy grail of good journalism. They're not like this fucking Excalibur cutting through the bullshit and saving the world of modern journalism and bringing up grown-ups on discussion boards. Yeah, that's reliable. Let me just go ahead and hop on Yahoo Answers and see what Smegma Sailor Steve has to say about fascism and cartoons. Alyssa's lunacy knows no bounds as she goes on to try and explain why these shows are causing kids to gas their pets and poop on sidewalks. The first target in this maniac's crosshairs is Thomas, as she links equally horrible articles that explain how it's classist, sexist, imperialist, anti-environmentalist, racist, and it makes me want to fist myself. It's so fucking dumb. Then she goes on to Paw Patrol and says it's equally as polarizing. Well, I don't exactly think it's polarizing to rational people. Then here comes BuzzFeed, where it's once again cited as proof that it is a bad show made by bad people and turns children into bad people. And she continues her plummet in insanity by saying the main character is a megalomaniac with an unstoppable god complex. That just makes me laugh because it's clearly like written out of spite. She's very jealous of this character. And it's sad. It's genuinely sad, Alyssa. I feel sorry for you just even reading this thing. Then, this is very tempting for us intellectual parents who are aghast at contemporary politics, as she takes a sip from her coffee mug in front of a fireplace with an open robe. And just really goes on, this is a source of comfort for our children, but it shouldn't be because these shows are evil. Apparently the possibility that kids are just watching these shows because they're colorful and the characters are cool since it's a fucking train and it's fucking dogs, both of which kids like. They like fucking dog. Well, they don't like fucking dogs, I hope, but they like the fucking characters. It's cool to them. And this idea has just eluded Alyssa that kids aren't watching these shows based on any type of underlying messages, and I don't think they're being subliminally conditioned to want to start throwing up concentration camps or some shit. I don't think Alyssa was ever even a kid. I think she was just a robot designed to be outraged by everything and look for meaning where there is none. And if I'm wrong, Alyssa, feel free to try and prove me wrong, but I think I know what kind of kid you were. You were probably the type of kid to remind the teacher of homework if she forgot, and you probably told your parents that Santa Claus wasn't real because you didn't want to have any fun on the holidays, didn't want to be deceived by the fascist notion of Santa Claus existing. It continues talking about how children are sponges and they struggle with these ideas of good and evil, and they're at this constant battle with themselves. Am I bad? Am I not bad? And stupid shit like that. And then it goes here. On the other hand, children take comfort in the idea that someone is in charge. To them, Ryder isn't a megalomaniac, and Sir Topham Hatt of Thomas isn't a neo-colonial autocrat. What fucking stupid children, am I right, that can't even recognize those characters as megalomaniacs and neo-colonial autocrats? Raise your kids better. Jeez, man, everyone's getting dumber these days. And then to put the cherry on top of this ice cream asshole, we gotta finish it off with this. And the fact that these leaders, both white males, oh, you can't have an outraged, controversial piece without those white males thrown in there. That word's got to be in there somewhere if you want to be taken seriously. look like most figures in position of authority in the real world and is not lost on children. I am so certain it is lost on children, Alyssa. I'm not even going to go any further into that. You are so fucking off the mark there. It's fucking sad when the children in this story are smarter than the author. The children can look at the show and take it at face value the way it's supposed to be taken and recognize these characters aren't evil megalomaniac neo-colonial autocrats or shit like that. They're plot devices. They're just there to serve as something that's fun for kids and progress the plot of the show. Meanwhile, you have these lunatic parents that are sitting crisscross applesauce in front of the TV with a notepad, 10 iPads open, taking notes everywhere. They got a cork board in the background, little notepads and strings connecting all these dots and then leading to this overblown and way off the mark character analysis. It's just baffling to me. They look for everything to be controversial and they make everything controversial. It's the stupidest shit in the world. And then they can never understand why people don't take them seriously, and the people that do take them seriously are fucking scary, weird people. Alyssa, read the title of this article. Read your article. Who the fuck is gonna take this seriously? Why kids love fascist cartoons like Thomas and Paw Patrol. Are you fucking kidding me? That sounds like something that would have been a joke 5 years ago, but unfortunately in 2017, an article like this is like gospel to some people. I saw some people celebrating this shit. Oh, finally, Alyssa speaking out on the real problems in the world. Fuck the Hollywood sexual abuse epidemic going on here. This is what people should be talking about. These fascist cartoons. Unbelievable. Finally, someone brave enough to talk about it. It's so fucking sad. I have absolutely nothing to say about this pretentious part of the article here. I really just don't even know where to begin. This is so full of shit. You're welcome to read this on your own. And if you're a rational person in even the slightest capacity, you can see why this is just so laughably bad. I don't want to go into detail on it. It's just too fucking dumb too. And then here's more dog shit from the article. They have Catherine DM Clover here, who has this moral conundrum that keeps her up every night in cold sweats. Should she judge Thomas the same way she would judge something she watches? And that makes no sense to me at all, Catherine, because if I turn on Nickelodeon and I'm watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm not going to dock points or think less of the show because there's not blood and guts flying all over the place like the action movies I like to watch. So why am I going to grade it the same way? Just doesn't make sense. But at least she lets him indulge in Thomas every now and then when the full moon strikes. Then there's some more pieces from some other parents that I doubt even exist. I feel like Alyssa made them all up just to have both sides of this argument here, even though I don't even understand how there's a fucking argument made from this at all, but it's here. Finally, we reach the end of this nightmare and get to the end of the article, and man, do we get a nice way to send it home. Here's an idea for the creative team behind Paw Patrol and Thomas. Should they want to broaden their appeal to parents without alienating their fan base, I'm sure that's what they want. All of the creators out there with their billions of dollars is probably trying to look for ways to appeal more to the parents. I imagine that's what they want to do from a marketing perspective. Makes sense, Alyssa. Ryder and Sir Topham Hatt retire and are replaced by their equally domineering sisters. God, that's the saddest thing I've ever read, Alyssa. She's fucking calling for the resignation of these two characters. She's fucking jealous of them or something. And then she's okay with the way the characters exist as long as they weren't white males, because she's calling for them to be replaced by the females. And apparently then it's going to be okay. Then the show won't be fascist if the main problems here are replaced with females. Can't say I understand that, Alyssa, but hey, after all, it is your world. We're just defending you in it. This, in turn, boosts the social status of all non-male characters. Children would still get the satisfaction of immersing themselves in an orderly universe where rules are rules and everyone is in his or her place, just without the white guy on top. Oh, so there's the real problem with the cartoons. There's a white guy on top, apparently. I don't even think that's accurate for these shows, but according to Alyssa, the problem is the white devil. That's the real issue of these shows. Everything before this is useless. All you need to understand is the problem is the white guys. Fucking pathetic here, Alyssa. Really just sad. Overall, just so incredibly sad. She understands nothing about why kids like the shows, and she just looks for this controversial statement where it's a fascist show and the white males have ruined it and just converted their children to Nazism. It's the worst piece I've read so far this year. And I say that without exaggeration, and I've read a lot of Polygon articles, but this one I think is the most outlandish and laughably bad one. So yeah, that's it. See ya.